My name is Vicki Smith-Lockhart. I am originally from Oak Cliff, Texas. I pride myself on bringing or working to bring excellence to our community because sometimes I think it's overshadowed with other things. But there's so much positive, and I wanted just to bring my business to the DeSoto, the southern sector of Dallas, so that, the light can shine on the products of what our parents put into our community. So I have 3 boys, a new grandbaby and 1 on the way. So I'm excited about that. I have been a teacher or in education for about 13 years and ventured off into school counseling, which led me to mental health counseling. I decided to become a counselor because I originally wanted to start a nonprofit for education, just to help teachers out in the classroom, and went to a grant writing class and was asked one question. And that question was just to research what you were interested in doing within the district or with your nonprofit, and found out that what I thought was going on in education wasn't in fact the issue or the problem. The problem actually was that students didn't have the mental space to hold on to retain the information that I was teaching in the English language arts class. For instance, there was a little girl in my class who would always be excited about what was going on, excited about the lesson, but then I would put a pen and paper in her hand and she could not do it. She ran track and she would run with the baton and forget to pass the baton. Later on, I found out what really happened to her. Her mom had killed the dad, left the dad in the house, took the kids to grandma's. The mom ended up going to jail. Of course, dad is dead. And that baby was dealing with a lot of things that were going on that she couldn't process. And so I'm trying to teach her English language arts. And of course, she tried to learn, but she couldn't get those images out of her head. And that made me say, you know what? I want to do something. I want to be the catalyst for kids or for people, period, for them to have mental space, to open up that mental space where they can talk about anything, just to provide a safe space for people in our community.
I know there's a lot of kids that have grown up and seen horrific things, and they never talk about it. They cope with it by either doing drugs or alcohol or doing outlandish things. In our community, how can we get our people, or how can we get people within our community to come to these services, to express themselves, to open up about these things so they won't continue to have that trauma build up?
Yeah. I think word of mouth, number one, is amazing, and news coverage like what we're doing here today is phenomenal. But more so than anything, like mental health therapists going out into the community, showing up into the schools. They do have counselors in the school. They do have people there helping. But what I found as a school counselor was that as a school counselor, I can only see a kid so many times about one issue. And then it's like pulling teeth trying to find somebody outside of the school to see that kid. So that was part of my reasoning for opening my own Locksmith Counseling, was to have a place that the schools could actually send kids to help. So number one, schools, churches, community centers. I'm partnered with my physical fitness trainer. So the gyms, wherever we can have these conversations, the conversations just need to be had.
And often, like I said, we don't talk about these things in our community. And they go unchecked for many, many years until they build up, or until someone snaps, or until anyone does that. What would you like to see as far as government institution-wise, if they can help put, input mental health, mental awareness, and anything like that?
Yeah. I think with the government, and just if we start small, like I said, in our communities, and if we were to go to the governors and to the government and write the bills and really talk about what's really happening, I think the one thing that I would like to see is mental health taken more seriously.